Hi. Yeah, I'm Bala, and I'm going to talk about AI development in China. I also uh, not compare, at least uh, how we are doing in the United States and other countries uh, from the AI perspective. Uh, so let me share my screen, and we'll go from there. Screen. Okay, so this is a recent tweet or post on X platform I have made. So this is about China, United States, and India, and this is about AI, robotics, and semiconductor. Let's start from the first point. China is one unified movement of people. So this is a core, and we need to understand China. The United States is divided uh, in many ways. By religion, by political parties, and red states, blue states. The United States is divided. And we take India, it is fragmented in many ways. Chairman Mao Zedong, if you start to understand China, you could start from The Last Emperor, the movie. That would be a very good starting point. And that is where the transition happens from kingdom to 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 people republic. And Chairman Mao Zedong, he started with revolutionary ideas. Uh, they 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 pay the price for all those revolutions, but it is totally a drastic thing what they have been going on. So Chairman Mao Zedong abandoned all religions, and mostly Buddhism was there, migrated from India. And the very first thing Chairman Mao Zedong did, abandoned all religions. In China, people are not divided by religion. And in China, they don't have democracy and political parties. People are not divided in the name of democracy by political parties. The top leadership sets goals and objectives. They need to act with responsibility. They have authority, but they have to act with responsibility. They do, yeah. The leadership is collective leadership. They don't have any individual. Their Chairman Mao Zedong and Chairman Deng Xiaoping emerged as a mass leader, but the system is all about collective leadership. And currently, President Xi Jinping is leading the effort, but still, the Communist Party and the government They have authorities, but we are seeing them, they act with global responsibility. That's a one good thing. You come out of the box with the iron-walled China and you go global uh, space and uh, you at least they undergo the top leadership undergo radical transformation. If they had confined to China and then not going anywhere outside, it would have been a different. Chairman Mao Zedong, he didn't go anywhere outside of China. Maybe a visit to Russia uh, during uh, uh, during that time, the leadership Brezhnev or somebody else, and he stayed inside China. Chairman Mao Zedong and Deng Xiaoping, he started going out, and both of them laid the foundation. And the current leadership is acting with global responsibilities, and innovation happens. So it is. So the point is, China is one unified movement of people. We don't have it. Uh, we don't believe it also. But we need to acknowledge they don't have a division. And in the Constitutional Convention, they had arguments and real they had even physical fights. But all happens inside, and people don't see a divided constitutional convention. The division was there, small states and large states, and to the general public, they projected a unified. Uh, they acted with responsibility, but now it is completely divided, and so that division. Whenever there is a division, there is a conflict. So we cannot ignore the division. And China has the advantage, uh, whether they eliminated all the divisive factors. We cannot get rid of religion, but we could make it. It is only an individual personal choice. And we don't build organization or government based on religion. And then political parties, we need to ask AI, uh, George Washington, whether he was a Democrat or a Republican. You ask, you ask that question to AI, and then AI would reveal those facts. Uh, so, so, um, so we cannot get rid of these two political organizations, Democrats and Republicans. Now both seems to be the same, and somehow, if those 435 House of Representatives and 100 senators, they could act with responsibility. Then we could get rid of that division, a red state, blue state, all those things. Those are all the blocking factors. We cannot ignore it. And China has that advantage. And okay, the next point is no superstars in China. Even at the president, there's a collective leadership and they make a decision. Um, um, they project President Xi Jinping, but they don't believe in superstars at any level, whether it is academic or commercial or even the research. Here we have President Trump. He is a superstar, and in Silicon Valley there are many superstars, and in the AI community we see that. So in China, everyone feels part of the whole China, uh, and they contribute to the development of China. In all other countries, every part tries to become the whole. We don't need to blame our political parties that Democrats try to become the United States or the Republican try to become the United. It happens even us, the Silicon Valley, try to become the universe. We don't feel that we are part of the whole humanity. So every part tries to become the whole. Practically, it is not possible. Every part is a part, and it has its roles and responsibilities. And in this effort, every parts try to become a whole, and it's not possible, practically not possible. It results in chaos and confusion. And that is not happening in China. At least they may have internally, they may have conflicts and arguments, but for the global view, you see one whole China. There's no division, and there's no any one part. Even if you take a deep sea doesn't try to become whole China, and they cover that. Even those papers, we don't know who is this deep sea CEO, and even those research professionals, they had only two levels, contributors and major contributors or something, and we take their research content. No, we don't see the individuals, and yeah, so the no superstars that is here. And then we covered no part tries to become the whole in China. Everyone feels part of the whole China. We contribute. Uh, in recent years, China released research papers. Those papers highlight facts and give reasonable credit to research professionals. Those individuals don't act like superstars. They elevate their organization and their country, China. So it's a one unified movement of people, and there are no superstars. No part tries to become the whole. And they don't have a race and they don't have a competition. There are multiple organizations are working in AI itself, but they are not compete with each other. All companies, there is no race condition in China. So all companies work like an independent, multi-threaded, parallel executions. There's no race condition. They don't even compete with us. In all other countries, it is a race and a cutthroat competition. We see here in Silicon Valley, we are seeing one try to pull other's leg. And there's a competition between OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and XAI. They don't need to collaborate and try to build a one single unified product. They could independently build each of their product, but without comparing themselves, without having a race. Uh, there's no race. Nobody is going to win everybody is going to contribute to AI, to the global. 10 billion people need this intelligence. So they don't have a race condition. And practical applications. So they do a research, and the whatever is practically is not possible, then immediately it comes to the engineering, and they launch the applications. Even a robot, uh, they even if it could walk, immediately they build it and then make it to walk in a large scale, and then the whole Chinese population could have at least a toy robots, at least for now, yeah. So they actually do a research and then engineering and practical applications. In other countries, especially here in the United States, we do research and more research, and we still call them as data scientists, no engineers. And yeah, that is one point. And AI is in government already in China. We have built LLM and we built agentic AI, and we see graphics that more agentic AI developers than anybody is using. Nobody is using those agents. That is our current scenario. But they actually, whatever they develop, they immediately put into use. The government encourages people to try using AI for their regular work. At school, a second grader start learning with the help of AI. And I saw that, in the government also. AI is now employed at government enterprises. It usually take government approval for any projects. It usually take 9 days to approve any project. 9 days itself is a good, effective and efficient government. Now with the AI, any government approval takes less than 3 hours. And how many weeks we have a shutdown? We have government shutdown for many weeks. And so that is their uh, uh, status. And Chinese robots for the world. Yeah, ultimately physical intelligence with the physical movement and with the physical actions. And they sense that there is a need for robots to do housework, domestic work, dishwashing, and we build all these dishwasher and um, washing machine, dryers, all without any intelligence. So we waste a lot of water and electric power. With intelligence, with robot, you could uh, you could effectively use them at home. Dishwasher, that the initial solid waste, that the robot could take the plate and then move remove those solid waste into a dustbin. But the current dishwasher, we put everything inside the dishwasher, and then we put a very strong the cleaning agent with a lot of chemicals, and that cause effect on the environment. So there is an intelligence with the robots, with the physical movement, There's a need for global need. They sense it, and they are building in a global scale. They will provide robots for all the 10 billion people on Earth, and so we are also building robots, U.S. robots like Olympus. That would be definitely expensive. Only people in the United States could afford them. Chinese robots for the whole world. They invest material wealth and human resources. That is, we are getting rid of software developers, and they are creating software professionals, and they already have software developers on a large scale, on a very large scale. And see, we create vibe coding and get rid of software developers. They actually look at that AI doesn't replace human power. AI enhances the human um, power. So that is their perspective. AI makes a software developer into a high performance software developer. An ordinary software developer, for them to take a week to develop an application. With the AI, you could develop an application in 3 days. So the high performance. So more developers come in, and more products they could build with the AI. It's not like a, so we create a panic that AI is going to replace human. They are not that. For anything, you need order. Uh, in China, they establish order. Order is that they don't have any out of order. There is no disorder, no chaos, no confusion. The way they are establishing the order, that is different. We will not agree to that, but they maintain order. Their order is conformity. We will never. We would. We would. We would abandon. We would reject all these developments. But for us, non-conformity, freedom of expression, that is life, liberty. Liberty. Pursuit of happiness is next, but the liberty. But they have order. Um, but as they are establishing intelligence, they will also uh, move towards order with the educational discipline, not the military discipline, but the educational discipline. And if each individual maintains order, the society will be in order. And so, order is essential for any development. Without order, we cannot. Um, so, order is established in China by authorities with conformity. People obey and conform to the rules and regulations of government authorities. In the United States, we cannot practice conformity. We, the people, maintain order and discipline with our freedom and responsibility. Now we are not maintaining order, we are irresponsible. Order is a base for any development. Out of order, disorder, chaos, and confusion would drain our resources and energy. AI is already here, has arrived, and it's not common for uh, for everybody. It's not a it's a personalized tool. I am a Java backend developer, and I lack a front-end development. AI would compensate me on that part. AI would help me to understand or to develop the front end. So it is a personalized uh, tool. And that is what is going to, for a political senator, it would help in a different way. So it is the responsibility of each individual of 10 billion global population, the responsibility of each individual to undergo radical transformation in the context of AI. The transformation does not depend on our accumulated knowledge. We have accumulated knowledge for many centuries. So that knowledge should not block us to undergo this transformation. So we should be free from the burden of the knowledge. Then only this transformation is possible. And the transformation does not depend on time either. Recently, Andre mentioned the time, so it's going to take a decade. So all these visionary predicting the vision, they should never never get involved with the time factor. So they should never mention that it will take a year or a decade. They should be free from the time. Time is against, we could not say against, but time has uh, no value here on transformation. Because it's a individual has to go through this transformation. We should not force them with the time factor. So the transformation may happen in seconds or a decade or never also. But AI is here. China AI transforms the world not only in technical perspective, but also in political, social, economical perspectives. It's not a bubble. AI is not a bubble. China is involved. Even we didn't create an internet. That was not a bubble. That was a innovation. Uh, Only the Wall Street, they created the bubble, dot-com bubble, they created, and the housing bubble also they created. Even Silicon Valley doesn't create bubbles. We innovate. And China never creates bubble. They don't believe in creating bubble. Only Wall Street does it. So AI is not a bubble. It's not going to burst. And AI is real and it has started transforming the entire world. Intelligence is intelligence. There's nothing, there's no real intelligence and artificial intelligence or digital or generative. Intelligence is intelligence. And so they are learning from us. China, they are learning from us. We also should be open and we should also learn from them. And there's no competition. There's no competition between China and America. And it's a, There's no fixed path to truth. Truth is a pathless land, and intelligence is a beautiful thing. It is an action. Intelligence is an action, and it's happening. It's happening, and it reveals. Intelligence reveals disorder. Order comes from the understanding of disorder. We need to understand. We cannot ignore disorder. We need to understand our disorder. Order comes from the understanding of disorder. We are seeing there is a division and out of order in the House and in the Senate, in Silicon Valley also. We need to understand our disorder. With that understanding, we could build order. With that, let me conclude this video. Thank you.